When a cell changes its activity, for example when it prepares to divide, it doesn't have to make all of its proteins from scratch. Many of them are already ready and sitting in the cell. The fact is they're in an inactive form. And to activate proteins, a common way of doing this is that a phosphate group is added. So here there are 4 proteins, and when phosphates, the glowing yellow dot, are added, then the proteins are then activated. The proteins, the enzymes which activate these proteins by adding the phosphates are called kinases. So kinases are a family of enzymes which activate the proteins of a cell by adding phosphates to them. One important group of kinases act in a cascade. So for example, if there's a signal for the cell to divide, this would activate a MAP4 kinase, or MAP kinase, 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 kinase. This in turn would activate a MAP3 kinase. This would activate a MAP2 kinase, which would activate a MAP kinase, and that could even activate further ones like MAP activated protein kinases. Somewhere along the line, maybe with the MAP kinases, a message would go to the nucleus to tell the cell to divide. So a very important process here is a cascade of MAP kinases in which cells send signals, and at each step the MAP kinase activates the next one in addition to some other targets. As I had mentioned, proteins are usually turned on by adding a phosphate group to specific amino acids. Kinases are the enzymes which do this. However, obviously, many proteins must later be turned off, and the process of turning them off is to remove this phosphate group. The enzymes which do this are called phosphatases. So in this animation, the phosphatase enzyme is removing the phosphate groups. When it does, the proteins stop their previous activity. Mutations in kinase genes can be a factor in cancer. In fact, the first cancer-causing gene was that of Sark, which was a kinase. A kinase which runs around the cell turning proteins on inappropriately, so for example if there wasn't a signal to do so, would promote abnormal cell growth and cancer. Likewise, a mutation in a phosphatase could result in cancer. If a cell is unable to inactivate its proteins by removing the phosphates because the phosphatase enzymes are mutated and non-functional, then this could promote abnormal cell growth and cancer.